You know what? The worst thing that's going on in the housing market is something that's happening right now, and it's bad. Now, I know a lot of these videos people come on and watch and think, Jesus, this guy is always bitching about something in housing. But I want to talk about this because this is very, very meaningful. Again, not meaningful to people who own a home, who bought a house 5 years ago or 10 years ago, have a manageable mortgage, okay? But this is a really, really serious thing for everybody else who might want to buy a house and for every single new Canadian who's arriving in Canada every day. But this comes to the heart of the matter. This is what I want to talk about, okay? The housing situation in Canada is likely to get much, much worse. Simple math. Let me give it to you. Every single day, new Canadians arrive in Canada. About 500,000 new Canadians who are going to be permanent residents. Some of them are coming in every single day. Plains land in Vancouver and Calgary and Toronto and Montreal and all across Canada. Plains land, and people arrive who are going to live in Canada. And there's the temporary workers too. That's an even larger number. Now, that can fluctuate. Sometimes temporary workers go back. We got all the students. We're hearing a lot about students in Canada. We hear about it all the time. International students coming to Canada. Some of them will come back. Some of them will stay. Some of them will be permanent residents eventually. But guaranteed by the government, 500,000 new Canadians will appear every single year, and they will mainly go to two provinces, British Columbia and Ontario. They'll go somewhere, other places in Canada too. Sure they will, but they'll go mainly to those two provinces. Now, here's the kicker. As every day, picture it, every day in these airports across Canada, new Canadians are arriving every single day. It never stops. And also every single day, a new construction project is stopping. Serious about this now. There's all kinds of stories about new construction. Some of it's even half built has just stopped. A combination of high financing costs, much, much higher credit costs, of what it costs to build, construction side as well. So financing costs way up, interest rates way up, and construction costs way up. They just ran out of money. We're going to see more and more of this. Like, I'm assuring you, we're going to see more of this. We're going to see more construction projects that were scheduled to get started. They opened their sales offices. They're going out there to sell the condos, and they aren't selling. Like, there's no deposits, or there's 18% sell through, or there's 16% sell through, or there's 28% sell through. You can't start building until you get far higher than that. You got to get into the 70% range. They ain't getting there. None of them are. None of them are in British Columbia. None of them are in Ontario. So where does that leave you? Bad. We've got projects shutting down. We got projects that are in trouble getting completed. We got new sales that are slowed down dramatically. And every day, the planes land. Every single day, the planes are coming in. So what does this mean? This means that even though we're entering into a recession, which may calm some prices, lower some house prices, calm the market to a certain extent. At the end of it, when we come out the other side and people start to think about, well, looking like it's going to be okay, got to buy a house, need a house. I've been here for 2 years, arrived here, got to buy a house. When the activity starts again, there's going to be less available than there was. 2021 was the highest new completion year of construction in Canada. That was the best year in 30 years. Less in 22, less this year in 23, and there will be far less in 2024. I know, Calgary, Edmonton, doing okay. They're building some homes in Alberta, but not in other provinces. In other provinces, the projects are shutting down. So let's be clear on this. The people are coming. The houses are not getting built. The recession will quiet some need for people to find immediate accommodation and immediate homes to buy. But when we come out of the recession with less inventory and more people than possibly ever before in history, it's going to be bad. And folks, if we don't take urgent action, that's got to be the word that we use endlessly for the next year. Urgency on house construction. Urgency on getting new starts going. Urgency on finding ways to develop new starts less expensive, less costly, better systems, better incentives, less tax on these places. Like, urgency has got to be what we think about in the coming 2 years, 3 years, or the shit will hit the fan. Take that to the bank.